Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Yard's Magnified, and I'm coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, Marriage, the Three-Party Contract. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, guys, let's get to it. Okay, so all my faithful subscribers, you all know that I touched on the topic of marriage multiple times. But for my new subscribers, if you haven't watched my prior videos, then you can simply pause this video, go back and watch my prior videos before they can be brought up to date. Or you can start here and then go back and watch my prior videos, okay? Either way, you're going to get that right wisdom, that right knowledge, and that right understanding when it pertains to child support, marriage, and the situation that you're in, and why you're in those situations fighting against the state because of simple contracts that you signed unknowingly, and not being in your right mind or in a conscious state to have an understanding of what you were signing. And it's just that simple, okay? But also, in my prior videos I did about marriage, I simply showed you all that marriage is one of the contracts that a man and a one man entered into with the state. Okay, that's the only difference between a marriage contract and any of these other contracts. Because any other contract you enter into as a legal fiction person, known as the ens legis, the straw man, or the transmit utility, or whatever other title you want to give that legal person created by the state, known as the legal name. All right. So now, as you all can see, we're coming from the state of Illinois. The case law we're dealing with is Johnson versus Johnson, right? But they have other case laws underneath, like Hibbert versus Hibbert. They all are the same, you know, basically quoting from Johnson versus Johnson, all right? So now, this is coming from the state of Illinois, so you all get better understanding of what's going on. So let's pick this up at the top where it says certainly, okay? It states, certainly and significantly, stronger pro-marriage policies is manifested in that action, which appears to us to reaffirm the traditional doctrine that marriage is what? A civil contract between three parties. Who are the three parties? The husband, the wife, and the state. Okay? So case law supporting that marriage is in fact a three-party contract between the husband, the wife, and the state. Okay, like I tell you all, everything in America runs on a continuous series of contracts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Contract is law in America. Everything you're doing has to do with the commercial entity or the commercial realm. So you're dealing in what? Uniform commercial codes and contract law. It's just that simple, guys. But let's continue. Let's go to the next case law that simply explains it in clear language. It states what? Marriage is a civil contract. All right? This is all case law, guys. This is not my words. This is what the courts ruled upon. Let's continue. To which they are what? Three parties. The husband, the wife, and the state. And while a suit for divorce upon its face is a mere controversy between the parties to the record, meaning that what? The controversy is merely between, or on its face, it appears to be that the controversy is between the husband and the wife. But no, you forgot an important person that's involved, and they're known as the what? Yet the public, right? Yet the public occupies the position of what? The third party. Okay? So the public occupies the position of the third party. All right? So now let's continue on. And it is the duty of the state in the conservation of the public morals to guard the relation. Okay? So that's when the state comes in. All right? Because the state is standing in as what? The public. So when your child's mom went down there, she did what? When dealing with child support, she went down and applied for what? This thing called public assistance, meaning she ran to the state, which is the public, to get help. But we're going to also find out what the public is. So you all can see that everything is tied back. Okay? It goes to the Constitution and everything else. This is one tangled web that they put together to deceive us all. They have us all entrapped into certain things. Okay? Things that we didn't pick up on because we was ill-informed. We wasn't in our right mind. We wasn't in a conscious state when we was understanding what was going on. We was spoon-fed a bunch of lies, man. And once they spoon-fed us these lies, then they continue to hold us accountable for these contracts that we entered into unwillingly, unknowingly, and not understanding that we actually sold our soul for benefits, basically, okay? So now, let's go to the next document I want to go over. Let's go to the Black Law Dictionary to find out what the public is exactly. So let's go there. Okay, so now, as you all can see, we're coming from the Black Law Dictionary 6th edition, and we're going to pick this up at the top where it states public. We're going to go over the noun version and the adjective version, okay, of the word public. So let's pick this up at the top. It states public, noun, the whole body politic, or the aggregate of the citizens of a state, nation, or municipality, the inhabitants of a state, county, or community. In one sense, everybody, and accordingly the body of the people at large. The community at large, without reference to the geographical limits of any corporation like a city, town, or county. The people. Okay, so now as you all can see that cities are corporations, towns are corporations, and counties are corporations. Also known as what? The people, meaning the public. So the public is all operating in what? As corporations. All right, that's what the public is. The public is business. That's it. That's all. But let's continue. In another sense, the word does not mean all the people, nor most of the people, nor very many of the people of a place, but so many of them as contradistinguishes them from a few. Accordingly, it has been defined or employed as meaning the inhabitant of a particular place, all the inhabitants of a particular place, the people of the neighborhood, also a part of the inhabitants of a community. Okay, so let's continue to public as an adjective. It states pertaining to a state, nation, or whole community, proceeding from, relating to, or affecting the whole body of people or an entire community. Open to all, notorious, common to all or many, general, open to the community, open to common use, belonging to the people at large, relating to or affecting the whole people of a state, nation, or community, not limited or restricted to any particular class of the community. Okay, so now that's the definition for public, both noun and adjective version, okay? But as you all can see, when you're a part of the public, then you're basically stating that you are one of the people and you're acting with the corporate state as a corporate citizen, okay, in the corporate city, town, or county, belonging to the people, also known as the public, okay. So now you know when you, like I stated earlier, when you apply for services, or when the child's mom go down to apply for services, she went to what? This thing called a public agency, okay. So let's read the definition for the public agency, because child support program is in fact a public agency. Let's read it. It states a department or agency of government which has official or quasi-official status and administrative body. Okay, so everything is dealing with administrative law. Okay, meaning all documents and paperwork. It's administrative. All right, so now we know that the public consists of the people. Okay, the public is also the state as a whole. So now let's go to the definition for the term people so we can get better understanding of what the people truly are. Let's go there. Okay, so now we're still in the Black Law Dictionary 6th edition. Let's pick this up at the top where it states people. People, a state. Okay, so you understand that. People are considered to be a state. We know the state is a corporate state. Okay, it's a fictional creation and it does business. Its only thing to do is to do business. The state is a corporate business. Okay, like we just read in the term public, which means that the cities, the towns, and the counties are what? Corporations. And what? The corporate state. All right? So now, let's read it again. People, a state, as the people of the state of New York. Okay, so you have individuals on YouTube teaching you all to be state citizens, meaning to be one of the people of the state, meaning to become a corporate state citizen known as this term called the people. Okay, I tell you all in multiple videos that I have that becoming a state citizen means that you are still in fact a United States citizen, because the state pledges its allegiance to the United States, turning you back over to federal territory. Okay, but let's continue. A nation in its collective and political capacity, the aggregate or mass of the individuals who constitutes the state. All right. Case law to support that. Let's continue. In a more restricted sense, and as generally used in constitutional law, the entire body of those citizens of a state or nation who are invested with political power for political purposes. Okay, so now when you have the public agency, which belongs to the people, the same people that you claim to be a part of, when that agency come after you for child support, you put yourself in that jurisdiction for that agency to collect child support from you. Why? Because you claim to be one of the people of the state, which is a state citizen, which is a corporate state citizen. Okay, so now that we went over the term people, and now we see that the term people is putting you back in the corporate capacity or a business capacity, known as a United States citizen or the corporate state citizen. You are still acting in your commercial capacity. Okay, so now let's go to the term private. Let's go there. Okay, so now as you all can see, we're still in the Black Law Dictionary 6th edition. Now let's pick this up at the top where it states private. Private, affecting or belonging to private individuals, as distinguished from the public generally. Not official, not clothed with office. Okay, so now we see that once you're in the private, then you're not acting in your commercial capacity. No, that's the public side. Once you're in the public, you're acting in your commercial capacity. When you're in the private side, you're not clothed with office. Okay, meaning that you're not there for political purposes, such as those who are acting on behalf of the public, who are known as one of the people in the corporate state. Okay, who signed themselves over to be a slave to the corporate state as a corporate state citizen. All right, and once people understand that they are slaves, they will see why the state can continue to get into their business, because you are entering these contracts with the corporate state, putting yourself into these binds. All right, so now when you apply for marriage, like the definition states, you know, and like the case law we read, it's a 3-party contract between who? The husband, the wife, and the state, which is the people, which is considered to be the public, which is the commercial entities. These commercial entities have these commercial agencies that step up and get involved with your situation when things don't work out, such as the child support program, such as the Section 8 program, such as the welfare program. All these state creative entities in the state acting on behalf of the state to get involved in you guys' lives after you guys decide to make a decision to split up and not be involved with each other anymore. Okay, so I just want to do this quick video so you all get better understanding of what's going on and why things are going the way it's going in your situation. Okay, but that's all I'm gonna do for today. After this, when I get off of here, I'm gonna play another video. I want you all to check out the videos that I play at the end. Okay, just to give you all something else to think about and more things to look at. All right, so you all be blessed. Stay tuned. Continue to watch. I got more coming. Shalom.
Fears. The fact is that this country was founded for and by occultists. They have continued to assert control and slavery through taxation, media, and medical witchcraft. What is better than a slave that pays for their own health care, housing, and food? They would no longer be bound to the burden of taking care of their slaves. They would take a cut of everyone's money and give their slaves the appearance of freedom. Also, they would no longer only have black and Irish slaves, but all Americans would be slaves and would pay their dues.